Hello there, my eldritch citizens, and welcome in. I hope you are well and have been having a good new year so far. We're a few days into it now. I'm sat in a bit of a grey room. It's the UK, so it's cloudy as per usual. We'll be tackling in this new series the latest and what I consider to be greatest video game news of the week. Shorter week, obviously, this week, being that the new year started midweek. That's a lot of weeks that I've just said. Anyway, let's just grease up our tentacles and dive right in, shall we? Let's start off with PlayStation Plus news. Subscribers will be able to enjoy their next batch of free games from 7th of January. They are Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit Remastered, and the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now, Kill the Justice League is an interesting choice considering poor reception this game had as a game as a live service. From what I understand, the final season of content came out in December of 2024, and the game has basically been sunset, and there's going to be an offline mode, and that'll be that. Next is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, and this is an updated version of 2010's racer Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It seems to score generally favourably, at least critically, though users complain about not enough content and cars not handling that great. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is the only game on the list that I've personally played before. An indie first-person exploration game with a wicked sense of humour. I can at least recommend getting this one. Now, Xbox Game Pass has announced its first games of 2025, with the first two games being returning Game Pass games. Carrion, a reverse horror Metroidvania type game, was made available on the 2nd of January, and from the 7th of Jan, you can enjoy Road 96, an indie action adventure game. A bunch of day one releases become available later this month, starting with action adventure title Eternal Strands on the 28th, then Sniper Elite Resistance on the 30th, and finally an RPG sequel, Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector on the 31st. Remember that on the 15th of Jan, at least 6 games are going to be leaving Game Pass. These are Common Hood, Escape Academy, Exo Primal, Figment Journey into the Mind, Insurgency Sandstorm, and Those Who Remain. Gamer Rant here helpfully gives a chart with completion times for each game in the table, just in case you were in a rush to beat any of those. In the rumour mill, the Switch 2's motherboard images have seemingly been leaked online. There was a post on Reddit, although the user who posted said they are not the OG leaker, and found said images on Facebook. So while the legitimacy of these images is up for debate, that has obviously not stopped people from discussing what these images could mean in terms of how the console will perform. Black Myth Wukong has yet to make its appearance on the Xbox consoles, but it is on the way. The game's director has seemingly chimed in, blaming the Series S console. An article on VideoGamesChronicle.com notes that a translated post from Chinese social network Weibo states, "Everyone's fighting power is so terrifying, but the only thing missing is the Xbox robe. It seems a bit wrong, but that 10G shared memory, without a few years of optimization experience, it really can't be taken down." So this appears to reference the 10 gigabytes of RAM inside of the Series S, and as it is a mandatory requirement for games to run on both the Series X and S consoles, it is not outside the realm of possibility that this could well be what's causing the delay. And this sort of thing has happened in the past with other games, like Baldur's Gate 3 for example. Now, is the Punch-Out series dead? I really hope not, but it looks like it's going to be in deep sleep for some time, according to a Resetera thread comment by gaming insider Imran Khan, who spoke to someone a while back at a certain studio, Next Level Studio, who said there had been significantly more pushback against the characters in the Wii game than expected. Add to this that the series is more niche than many classic Nintendo titles, and the desire to make a new game may just not be there. Asked whether it couldn't be done with a new cast of characters, Imran remarked that it's more a World Warriors problem, i.e. the characters in Punch-Out, while being very stereotypical in their look and mannerisms, they are now iconic and synonymous with the franchise, so cutting certain characters from the game might just spark more problems. Continuing with the dead game theme, Mortal Kombat 1, is it dead now? In an opinion piece on the Nerd Stash, Amir Nassari makes a list of things that killed the game, including a lack of gaming modes, lack of quality content, and limited PC optimization. Now, I remember this game having a bit of a rough start. Back when I played it, there was matchmaking issues, and many people did not vibe with the cameo system. But I will allow someone with much more fighting experience, and who has been on this platform much longer than I have, to explain it better than I could.
The cameo system, I like the idea for it, and then eventually how you do it, not good. Do not like. It's gotten better, but not good, do not like. I'd argue NRS players, or people that have been playing MK1 consistently, and have played this shit since it came out, my dudes, you have seen that opening default stage menu thing, where it says, like, connecting to matchmaking? Your ass has been looking at that for, like, a year. You have spent days of your life with that menu open looking for ranked matches.
Amir goes on to say the developers killed their own game, and unfortunately NRS games typically have notoriously short shelf lives, usually with about 2 years between each of their fighting games. MK11 being very much an exception to this. On to something a bit more positive. The developers behind one of my favourite games of 2023, Hi-Fi Rush, have officially found a new home, and are now part of Krafton Inc., who publish PUBG. Tango Gameworks, unceremoniously dropped by Microsoft's Xbox Game Studios back in May of 2024, but are reborn as Tango Gameworks Inc. Hopefully we'll see Hi-Fi Rush 2 released in the coming years, and hitting higher notes than its predecessor. A bit of an indie game update with the beat-em-up Toxic Crusaders. Now, the 90s arcade-style beat-em-up, that is TMNT Shredder's Revenge, has been something of an influencer, what with the recent Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reader's Rewind, Karate Kid, etc, etc. And now we have another colourful cartoon-style beat-em-up on the horizon. Announced about a year ago, we've had very little, if indeed any, news since that time. So finally, Retroware have given us an update on their progress with the game in the form of a recent vid on YouTube. I'll drop the link in the description, but these are the cliff notes. They say they are treating it as if it was the second season of the 90s hit cartoon that never aired, with animated and voiced cutscenes being added to the game's story mode. They're drawing inspiration from many of the other beat-em-ups that have since been released, and updating the game mechanics based on what they think works well. They're also working with Limited Run Games to release a physical copy of the game, and they're coordinating that alongside digital releases. So they're pushing the release date back to the second quarter of 2025. This is also so that they can optimize for each of the different platforms. Speaking of release dates, here are 6 games coming out in January 2025 that if I had all the money in the world, I would be picking all of them up and trying them out. Coming out on the 16th of January is the visually enhanced version of Nintendo's 2010 platformer Donkey Kong Country Returns. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, coming to the Nintendo Switch. On the 17th, we have 2 releases. Firstly, the remaster of Japanese action RPG Tales of Graces F, available on PC and all consoles. And on the same day, tactical action game Dynasty Warriors Origins comes out. This is available on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. On the 23rd, again there are 2 releases. I'll start with the big, overshadowing one. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out on PC finally. No doubt we'll be seeing all sorts of Tifa and Aerith mods, much to the chagrin of director Naoki Hamaguchi. But also, on the 23rd, a lesser-known title, but one I'm looking forward to, as I'm currently streaming its predecessor Ender Lilies for the first time over on Twitch. Shameless plug over. 2D action platformer Ender Magnolias Bloom in the Mist is released on consoles and PC. Finally, towards the end of the month, it says 27th on Steam, but 28th on Sega's website, strangely, we have Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. This fighting game was originally released back in 2006, and has seen several updates over the years, as well as being included in several of the Yakuza games. Revo will bring more moves, combos, balance changes, 60 FPS at 4K resolution, and rollback netcode, most importantly. Now for something a bit different, with an indie developer spotlight. This is where I want to highlight different indie devs and their games. So hopefully you will find some new and interesting titles as I do this over the coming months. The spotlight this month is on Medallion Games, a developer based in the UK and founded by game designer and artist Joseph Gribin. They have, as of now, released 2 titles. One in February 2022 called Grapple Dog, a cute 2D platformer available on PC, Switch, and Xbox, where the player takes control of Pablo the dog, who, funnily enough, can grapple things. Pablo unwittingly releases a shifty-looking robot named Null, who sets out to destroy the world by finding 4 cosmic gadgets left by a great inventor. And so it is up to the good boy Pablo and his crewmates Tony and the Professor to find them before Null. A standalone sequel was released back in September of 2024, once again available on PC, Switch, and Xbox, and features a mysterious newcomer, Luna, who adds more gameplay features to the grappling action. Pablo and Luna must journey across dimensions to save the cosmos. I personally tried out both games, and they are both adorable and fun in equal measure. And they've been great to play while travelling around at Christmas, and they're also something of a palate cleanser if you've been playing much more dark and gritty games as of late. For anyone who enjoys 2D platforming, these games are definitely worth checking out. I look forward to seeing more from these devs in the future. Finally, let's wrap the video up with a channel update. The year of 2025 is going to see a big focus on 2D titles, indies, and retro games, though I'll still be bringing you plenty of videos on both old and new 3D and 2D games. And I've not forgotten about 7th gen stuff too. My Never Have I Ever series will continue, where I highlight and discuss my experiences with games, mainly from my childhood, that I either never finished or I never even got to play. I also have some larger, in the sense that they will take a lot of research and time to produce, ideas for videos that focus on certain game franchises and genres, and I think you'll enjoy those. It just might take me a while to make them, so please bear with me. Also, we didn't quite hit the 100 subscribers for the new year, but we were damn close, and I'm hoping this is the year we can get to quadruple digit subs, if not quintuple, if you can reach for the stars. It's a long shot though, so I'll definitely keep my expectations well grounded. A big thank you to all who subscribed and or simply watched my content in 2024, and a big thank you for continuing to do so in 2025 and beyond. If you're a new viewer, also thanks for making it this far into the video. I appreciate you all. So, until next time, my squidizens, take care, stay safe, look after one another, be excellent, because goddammit, this world needs more positivity. I'll see you soon, ta-ta for now.